Welcome into the Big Ten Network Digital Studio. I'm Emily Ehman. So excited to be joined by Emma Carpenter, the winner of this year's Lisa Byington Award. So Emma, you're a fifth year at Minnesota on the golf team. You're an aspiring journalist. How has being a student athlete helped you on your career path?
Wow, well, that's a very good question. I truly do feel like I don't know if I would be on this career path if I hadn't had my background and my experience in sports. Being a part of sports throughout my whole life, playing collegiately now, I've become very passionate, and although I'm not going to choose to pursue a professional career after I finish off this year, I know that working in sports broadcasting would be a dream come true. That's what I'm chasing for sure.
Well, you certainly have the voice for it and everything else from what we've seen today. So I know you've covered a lot of sports up at Minnesota. Do you have a favorite sport to cover?
My favorite sport that I have covered at Minnesota has been volleyball, actually.
Heck yeah, it has. We love that.
Yeah, I've loved it. Gophers have a really great team, so gotten to call a lot of their games on play-by-play. I also got to call the first couple games in the first couple rounds of the NCAA tournament on ESPN Plus as well. So I got to do a few different games. One, not the Gophers, and then got to do the Gophers second round. So that was really, really neat, and it's just been a really great time. Yeah.
I mean, that Minnesota team is one of the most fun teams to cover, and now with Keegan Cook coming in, it'll be even more exciting. But looking forward, you've talked about how you, of course, want to pursue a career in reporting, in journalism, in sports broadcasting. What would you say right now would be your dream job or maybe dream role?
It's funny, I get that question all the time, and I either don't know or it changed from the last time I answered it, because what's so cool about this industry is that a lot of times you have a chance to try different types of things. So I would say that if you asked me a year ago, I would say my dream job would be a sideline reporting position, and now I'm thinking play-by-play is what I really enjoy. Hopefully I'm going to get to try a lot more of it through the StudentU program this last year and see how things go.
Well, you've been able to call a lot of games. Obviously, none of us are perfect at times, but do you have any embarrassing moments on air that you can think back to?
Let's see. Embarrassing moment.
Nothing sticks out because you're so good.
Okay, yeah, here's one. This actually wasn't on air. It was my very first ever sideline reporting job, and I was saying the name of our softball stadium. They just by chance heard me like running through kind of what I wanted to say in the open, and they're like, "Hey Emma, by the way, you're saying the name of the stadium wrong." Like just through my IFB. Hey, by the way, it's actually Jane Sage Coles, not Jane Sage Cowles. And I'm like, good thing I was practicing out loud and you guys heard me, because otherwise I wouldn't have known. So that was really embarrassing. But
see, embarrassing moment, but not even on air. So you just flushed that one.
Luckily, I wasn't on air. But on air, I've had some slip-ups here and there, as we all do. I just try not to let them get to me too much.
You mentioned covering some of the Gopher volleyball of the NCAA tournament. Have you had a most memorable game in your entire broadcasting career throughout college?
I would say probably my first ever time calling volleyball for Big Ten Plus. It was my first time doing play-by-play. I had tried analyst for a few different sports, and I would say that it was for the first moment ever I finished a game and really felt like, wow, is this something that I really could be doing one day? Like, if that's the case, I will be so happy. I will be so grateful, appreciative, and live a really happy life with a career like that. My parents are so sweet. They tune in for all the games, and a lot of times afterwards they'll call me and, oh, you did a great job or whatever, but you could probably work on this. And but they're great, and I would just say that very first game that I called for Big Ten Plus for volleyball was definitely a highlight for sure.
Well, living in Minneapolis, we have to talk about a few things that you think are the best. So we'll run through a few topics. First up, where's your favorite place to eat in Minneapolis?
Oh, in like the college area or the city?
Say one in each.
Okay. My favorite place to eat, if I'm just around in my college town, I would say call it Dinkytown area. They just opened a Sweet Green at the Graduate Hotel, and that is my new favorite place. They've got the best salads, good portion, like fresh ingredients, love it. But if my favorite restaurant in Minneapolis is Red Rabbit, it's my friends and I laugh as I say it because my friends and I go there all the time. And it's really, really good Italian food. They have the best pizzas and pastas, and I have been there probably a few too many times. But
I like that you throw out Sweetgreen, like not some local spot, like this good salad place.
Yep.
I have one down the road. It's
Yep.
the absolute best.
Yep, the Sweetgreens are the best. If you don't have one around you, you didn't get lucky enough. So.
And if you know, you know.
Right. That's very true.
All right, around campus, are there any hidden gems or areas that you like to go to?
Hidden gems or areas around campus. As an athlete, I feel like I'm back and forth from our athletic facility all the time, but hidden gem. I want to say the Stone Arch Bridge, but that's so well known. Wow, Emily, you're stumping me with these simple questions. Probably, I feel like there's a Jamba Juice in one of the buildings that not many people know about. That's
hidden gem. It's a Jamba Juice. Okay.
It is hidden. I swear, not that many people know about it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's about it. Campus is so big. One of the reasons why I chose the University of Minnesota is because it's such a big school, and there's so many different really, really pretty areas and walkways. There's this one area right around on the St. Paul campus. There's a Minneapolis campus and then there's a St. Paul campus. And there's this one specific area that I've been to a couple of times that has really, really pretty landscaping and flowers. So I would say that's definitely a hidden gem for sure for studying or for pictures or whatever you might need. It's a really pretty spot. There's a lot of them on campus.
And if you want a smoothie, you can go to Jamba Juice beforehand, and then you're hitting up 2 hidden gems.
Exactly. The people don't know about the Jamba Juice. It's their loss. But I'm telling you, it's hidden. Not everybody knows.
Emma, lastly, you've had the chance to cover so many different sports teams at Minnesota. Who would you say is an underrated team that we need to pay attention to this season?
Underrated team for the Gophers?
Mm-hmm.
Underrated team. I would say women's basketball. That is my answer. Women's basketball is a super underrated team. They've really had some ups and downs over the last few years. But now this last year, they had a really, really good freshman class. Unbelievable freshman class. Mara Braun, she was a freshman. She was free throw point percentage was like 94.7%, like completely unheard of as a freshman. So I would say that their team is looking pretty good, and I'm excited to hopefully get to call a couple of their games.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they can bring next season. Emma, thank you so much for joining me. So excited for you and your future, and congrats on the award. It's been so much fun to catch up with you and get to do something like this.
Yeah, thanks so much, Emily. It was a ton of fun. So great to meet you.
Thank you.